Guys, this is your boy John on Liquidator coming back with major news. Now, we did the live the other day. We seen Shedeur in the weight room, verbatim, 2 eyes, synced it, did it for y'all, played it on the screen for y'all. Guess what? We got footage. Shedeur back in the gym, working out, throwing bombs in the practice facility. Shout out to Boogie over on Twitter, man. He just dropped this a few hours ago, man, or maybe yesterday, but I'm here to tell you, we got liftoff. We got news that you could use. And I'm telling you right now, this is the first step in Shedeur coming back to take over the 26 NFL season. Let's play. It's a 6-second clip, but we don't need much. There we go, baby. He back. He definitely back outside. My dog is back outside in the gym. And it's just a beautiful thing, dog, because we have not seen Shedeur in quite some time, man, throwing the football, and he all smiles too. So this is major, major news for all of the Shadeur Sanders fans that is out there, dog, because for the simple fact, this is what we've been missing all this time. Shadeur Sanders getting ready. Now, I told y'all earlier that he was probably training. That's why we have not seen or heard from Shedeur. And the day after, what do we get? Some Shedeur training footage. Now, I could only make a guess that more than likely, Deion Sanders Jr. is probably going to link up with his brother, and he's probably going to bring us some content. Some very, very much needed super Shedeur content. Because the streets been dry, man. Streets been dry. All we got is these silly reporters and all these people that just want to talk trash about Shedeur. And it'd be great to get some positive news to come out. I don't really like reporting on the bad news. But yeah, man. So we got even more news. And that is Myles Garrett possibly being traded, man. Now, from what I'm hearing, this is what people saying. Let's blow it up. Let's listen.
Are you? Let me ask you this. Is it irresponsible, to quote Anthony Lima, is it irresponsible to not consider trading Myles Garrett now that that contract has been reworked a little bit with the Cleveland Browns?
Well, when you say not consider it, are you saying is it irresponsible to not trade him or to not consider trading him?
Answer.
Yeah, I think over the course of the show, I didn't come to the show with this opinion, but the more Ken pressed me on it, I realized what I was saying, which was as long as Myles Garrett is healthy and playing for the Browns, they have no shot to get the first or second pick in the draft that I think they're going to want the first or second pick. He's too good. I watched the end of the season last year, and his presence on the field, he didn't even do anything in the Pittsburgh game just by sheer enormity of him showing up to the stadium. They won that game. Like, how many players on that side of the ball in the last 30 years have that profound impact on a game? And as long as he's on the Browns, it's going to prevent them from getting the quarterback.
I don't know if you can say that with any degree of certainty that it's going to prevent them from getting the quarterback. Certainly other teams have found a way to get a quarterback and to be successful without having to use the number 1 pick on the quarterback or the number 2 pick or whatever the case may be. I mean, there are plenty of teams that you can cite that have fixed their quarterback situation without having to do that. So I don't, as it stands right now, I don't think, and I wrote this last night, I know they don't have any plans to trade him right now. I know that they don't. Now, can that change? I suppose anything can change. Pretty much everyone has a price. But the modifications that they made Tuesday were not with the intent to trade him. So that's where it stands right now. And I don't think that not trading him prevents you from fixing your quarterback situation.
Well, the reason I say it is because obviously the Browns have tried everything. They've tried every which way to get the quarterback, whether drafting them at the top of the draft, whether taking them at 22, whether trading for one, whether throwing all sorts of darts at the board, 3rd-round pick, 5th-round pick, Kenny Pickett in, Joe Flacco in. Like, they've obviously tried every which way to do it, and they've been unable to do it. They didn't want Malik Willis, or who knows, maybe he didn't want them. They weren't going to get in the Kyler Murray situation. So I'm just sitting there saying their next best path, other than, hey, Shedeur ends up being way better than he played this year. And, that's a reason to stay out of this incredible, prosperous first round that we keep hearing about when it comes to quarterbacks. Their only other option is to be bad if they want their pick at quarterback. Other than that, it's just stumbling into a solution.
Well, I think that they have way more pieces on this roster right now than people think that they do. And I don't think they're as far away as some people think they are. I mean, they won 5 games last year. I think they can get into the 7, 8, 9 victory range this year if they can get some good quarterback play. I felt that they could do that last year if they could get some good quarterback play. But I don't think that you have to trade Myles Garrett to get good quarterback play. I don't think you have to do that. Now, these revisions and these tweaks do make it easier to trade him if it comes to that. But I don't necessarily see that happening this offseason. Maybe it's something that you revisit next offseason. And, of course, he has a no-trade clause, too. So that's also a factor and a big one. But I do think that there is a world in which you can solve your quarterback issue without having to go to that length.
Mary Kay Cabot joining us on the Make It Right, Call Kyle Right hotline. Final question from me about the Myles situation. What would your asking price start with?
3 first-round picks. I mean, if you're going to get 2 for Max Crosby, you have to at least get 3 for Myles Garrett. I mean, that's where you would want to land. Maybe you would ask for more than that, but I don't think you give him up for anything less than 3.
All right, Mary Kay Cabot joining us here on the show. We had Kalen DeBoer on yesterday. Didn't do a great job of selling Ty Simpson. He was honest. I give him credit for being a pretty honest fella. Is he in any consideration right now for the Cleveland Browns, or has that almost been spiked?
Well, I think you have to see where he goes in the draft or where his market is in the draft. If he starts to fall, I think maybe it starts to make sense a little bit later. And I don't think anybody can predict that accurately right at this moment. I know what Dan Orlovsky's saying, and I know what some other people are saying about him, that he's better than Fernando Mendoza. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how many teams feel about that, but I just don't know that they would take him at number 6 overall. I think that if he starts to get into a range where they feel more comfortable with him there, that maybe then they would do it there. And I think they are continuing to do their work on it. But right at this moment, I don't really see them taking him at number 6, and I think he would be by 24.
At number 6, I think a lot of Browns fans would be thrilled to take the Ohio State wide receiver available in this draft, Carnell Tate. They had the pro day yesterday. Mary Kay, how do you feel about Carnell Tate? And second parter of this question, because I know you're capable of handling it, Mary Kay, unlike some other people we have on from time to time. Your feelings on Andrew Berry not attending the Ohio State pro day?
Well, they have a different approach this year, and I'm not exactly sure what the thinking is behind some of it, but I am eager to ask about it. We have the owners' meetings coming up, so I'm leaving Saturday for Phoenix, and on Sunday we have a small group session with Andrew Berry. On Monday we have a small group session with the Haslams, and then on Tuesday we have the AFC Coaches Breakfast where we'll sit down with Todd Monken for about a half an hour. So I think we'll have a better idea of what their thinking is with not attending some of these pro days. They also didn't go to Ty Simpson's pro day yesterday. They sent Glenn Cook and Catherine Hickman, the 2 assistant GMs, to Ohio State yesterday. And I know they've had some of the guys in. They had Carnell Tate into Berea, and I'm sure they're going to have.
This is major news. I didn't know that happened. This is major news because this kind of signaling to me the Browns probably ain't getting no quarterback in this year's draft, bro. I'm saying it right now. The media been lying. I think they're going to get a veteran quarterback because they going into the thing before. But I don't believe they're drafting a quarterback. Down in the comment section, let me know your thoughts about this, man.